Hey, it's Russ and Lauren, and Sunday is generally the day where we do vinyl reviews or vinyl content of any sort. And on this channel previously, I have shared pretty much, I don't know, 200 or 300 different reasons why I love vinyl records. And Lauren, prior to us being down here in Jacksonville, had like some records here and there, but like I feel like now you've ventured more into serious collecting, like you're learning more about the format and whatnot. So I said, hey, why don't you put together at least 5 reasons that you really like vinyl records, whether it's to do with listening or the visual aspect or whatever. So Lauren decided to give everybody 5 reasons she loves records.
Yeah. So thank you for giving me the opportunity to do this. And the first one is going to seem a little basic, but you sort of have to remember that I was a CD girl, you know, all through my high school and stuff. And so I think the thing that strikes me immediately is just the art is so big. And I'm like, oh, look at that, you know, because I had so many things that we have on vinyl now I had on CD. Yeah. And I just really appreciate the detail that went into a lot of the art.
Just some records, just opening the gatefold and looking and being like, whoa, look at that huge picture. Or one thing that's nice now, too, is a lot, like, I'm going to use Pink Floyd as an example because it's easy for me. Something like The Dark Side of the Moon, when The Dark Side of the Moon first came out, had like a couple of posters that came with it, some postcards and whatnot. And in the early days of the vinyl resurgence, like, you know, 10 years ago or so, reissues would come out where it was basically like the cover and the record, and that was it, right?
Right.
But now it's like every time we bring a reissue home, everything's in there. You know, I think the other day we were looking at the Purple Rain, the most recent Purple Rain reissue, and it's got the poster in there of like the whole band and everything. So just a lot more room to include tons besides just the big art itself, extras and whatnot. Yeah, for sure.
The second reason is throughout my entire life, I've always liked having something to collect. I just like finding that next thing to add to the collection. I've collected Barbie dolls, you know, I've collected like memorabilia of stuff that I enjoy, and you know, the vinyl is a whole other thing in that regard, you know, and it's just fun watching the collection grow. Right.
Yeah, for sure. And it's one thing that vinyl collectors can get into that's a problem real quick is, I have to have everything by this artist and whatnot. And nowadays it's like every 2 minutes there's box sets coming out that are like everything by this artist all in one set or 2 sets.
Yep.
You know? So easy to get into everything that you're looking for there. So the big art, the collection aspect of it, what else you got?
The next thing is, I think the way I like to phrase this in my head is you got to commit to the bit. You know, it's today the way most people consume music is, you know, skipping around on streaming, and the skipping around is the thing that like vinyl makes that difficult, if not impossible, to do. And I kind of like that because I found that we'll be listening to some albums that, you know, I know really, really well, but when I listen to them on any other format, there are songs that like I skip all the time. Yeah. And listening this way, like, you can't. And it'll happen where I said, you know, I haven't heard this song in probably 15 years. It is not as bad as I remember it. Why do I skip it all the time?
Not as bad, or, you know, sometimes it's like when you have the ability to do something, then you just do it, you know. And so back when CDs came out, we had the ability to be like, this is not the hit, and skip it. You know? So it's not even a matter of skipping bad songs. It's just you skipped. I know tons of people who go back now and listen to full LPs of things that are, you know, were big in the 90s that they only listen to like 1 or 2 songs on, right? And then they get the whole album now and they listen to whoa, there's a lot more of this band than I thought there was.
Yeah.
And because of that, when you end up listening to full sides and full LPs, what else happens?
Like active listening, you know, like I think the thing that listening to music on vinyl has done for me is I kind of become a participant in hearing it. You know, I'm most times, like I openly admit it, like I'll just kind of passively have stuff on, but you know, listening to music on vinyl becomes like that's the thing you're doing in that moment. It's not background. It's like, no, this is art, pay attention to it. And I think the format kind of lends itself to that kind of listening.
No, I totally agree. Yeah. And whether it's I know a lot of people listen to vinyl through headphones. For me, I'm a big floor speaker guy, and I love having like the sound stage and hearing things go from one channel to the other or only in one channel. And like you said, it's more than just going oh, well, I'm going to stream Let's Go Crazy in the background. It's like you have gone through all of this to put the needle on the record, and now Let's Go Crazy is going to be presented to you.
Yeah.
Right. And the way you listen to it, to me, is a totally different way. So you got 4 down, and then you've got a 5th one that you're going to share with everybody, which kind of relates to what we're doing here.
Yes, exactly. I was going to say this, the community around, the music.
Yep.
And, like you and I have gone to different record stores around, and 9 times out of 10, you find somebody in there to talk to, or find somebody in there that you have some common tastes with. And it's very, very cool.
Yeah. I did a video around this time last year about record stores and whatnot. And it's like the people in the record store, I assure you, would like to talk to you about their favorite artist. Same thing in like nowadays, like the world's like even closer together now with like social media groups and whatnot. So, go into social media groups and don't just post all the time about, oh, here's what I was listening to. Like, ask other people questions, like, oh, what are you listening to? Or if I was going to get into this band, what album should I buy first? That
Right, yeah.
thing. But yeah, just like anything in life, there's going to be people who are not so nice out there, but I assure you that's the minority. In your experience so far, you've
For
seen
sure.
a lot of positivity. So those are 5 of the reasons that Lauren is loving getting into vinyl records and the things she's getting out of it. We always say in these videos, hey, the interaction matters more to us than anything. And like Lauren's 5th point, the community. So please drop a comment and let us know what it is you like about vinyl records, whether they match up with Lauren's reasons or other things that you like about them. By all means, drop a comment and let us know. And as we always say, thank you so much for watching.